Shut up and sit down.
Hey. Alright, today we are going to go on a little skateboard adventure, and we are also going to talk about the principles of training. Everyone who wants to work out needs a plan, and every plan needs the principles. Let's see what we got to discover today. The principles of training are pretty easy if you can remember the word sport. Sport, S-P-O-R-T, alright? S stands for specificity, P is progression, O is overload, R is reversibility, and T is tedium, or boredom. So let's dive in deep and see what each one of these words really means and how you can apply it to your workout. Specificity in a workout plan is pretty important. You have to be specific in your training plan so you can get the results that you want to get. So if you're a marathon runner, you're not going to go out and shoot baskets. And if you're a basketball player, you're not going to do marathon training. Marathoners train for marathons, and basketball players train for basketball. Of course, there's always going to be a little crossover, some cross-training, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. Progression is whenever you gradually build up your muscles over time. Your workouts get harder and harder and harder. Now you do this gradually so that you don't injure yourself or take forever to get in shape. Like me on this skateboard, I'm going to get out every day and ride around. And once I'm good at riding, then I start doing some tricks. Once I start doing easy tricks, then I can start doing harder tricks. Pretty easy to figure out, right? You can do it. Now let's go on to the next part. Our next topic is overload. Overload's pretty important. You want to build yourself up little by little, like I said, for progression, but you don't want to go too light on your training. You want to push yourself a little bit harder than you normally would. That way you can get stronger and in better shape quicker. So you want to overload yourself. You want to do just a little bit more than you're capable of doing so you can be in a really good shape. Next is the R, reversibility. Now reversibility is simply not exercising. So you've been exercising for a while, but then you decide to take a couple of weeks off. Well, your fitness is going to go down. That's reversibility. So you have to make sure you're training pretty constantly to stay in the shape that you want to be in. And the final point for today's lesson is the T in our acronym for sports, Tedium. Another word for tedium is boredom. You need to change up what you're doing once in a while so you don't get bored. Instead of always skating in a straight line, skate in circles, you know what I mean? It's pretty fun to change things up once in a while, and your muscles will appreciate it too. Well, I hope you've learned a little bit from this video, and you enjoyed watching me skate a little bit. I know I'm still just a rider, no tricks yet, but I'm out there trying. Now let's remember, the principles of training spells the word sport. Specificity, progression, overload, reversibility, and tedium, or boredom. Now, let's make sure we're doing all these things in our workouts so our workouts will stay consistent and we'll always be in shape to be confident and competent in everything that we do. See you in the next video.